This is a demonstration video for using the Ridgid ProPress tool. What we have going on here is I'm making the connection to the fire sprinkler guy's deal here. That's the fire sprinkler valve coming up into the fire sprinkler system, and then we've got the domestic water supply behind it coming up the wall to my stub out up here. Wasn't planned to be that high. They sheetrocked this place without calling me back, so I had to go where my pipe was exposed, which was about 4 feet high. Not ideal situation, but we're rolling with the punches here. The reasoning for all this plethora of fittings is I was under the assumption that the fire sprinkler guys were going to be stubbing out a little bit higher with their system. They left me about 10 inches of space down here. I could have cut my 2-inch copper line coming in a little bit lower to the concrete, but my thought process is if this ProPress fitting ever fails, you're going to want to have plenty of clearance before the pipe goes into the concrete to cut it and do a new ProPress fitting or sweat. So that's the rundown. What we've got here is a 2-inch male. That's what I stubbed up during rough construction with this 2-inch male with a cap. Then the fire sprinkler guys came and put this in, and I came back and had to figure out how to make the connection here. We got a ProPress female, 2-inch ProPress Street 90. Now I wanted to go straight from 2-inch to 1-inch, but they did not have a 2 by 1-inch bell reducer in stock. So again, I had to get crafty. So we got a 2-inch by 1.5 inch bushing, and then an 1.5 inch by 1-inch bushing. And so this is what a pressed fitting already looks like. And these are the fittings that I'm going to press. So I had to do some jogging around to get low enough. There's a male adapter here. The connection on the bottom here is a male adapter, and normally I would sweat, but just considering the close proximity of all the threads and the fact that this is a high pressure system, and I got the water turned off right now and I need to get it back on by the end of the day, I'm just going with the ProPress. So here we go. So I'll start by showing how easy it is to swap out the press heads. We've got, this is the machine here, it's a rental. We've got a 2-inch jaw in there. So all you do is there's a pin here, you pull it out, remove the jaw. Maybe don't stick your fingers in there like I just did in case it squeezes down. We're going to be doing 1-inch here, so we grab our 1-inch jaws, slide them in there. Okay, that's it. The 1-inch jaws are in there now. We power up the unit. There's a power button on the back. Push it. Light turns green. Don't know if you'll pick that up. And we're ready to go. So just double checking, making sure all my fittings are in there snug. And we'll start up here. You just use these levers, pull the jaws apart. What you want to do is line the ridge of the fitting up on the inside of these jaws here, like so. That's it. You lock on. It does all the self, I don't know, leveling, I guess you could call it. There's a trigger here. You just pull down the trigger. And that's it. We just made a 1-inch copper connection. We'll keep going down the road. Let's see here. Sometimes you got to get crafty with how you turn it. That's done. Can't forget this guy here. I'm a fan of sweating copper myself, but the situation called for this sort of tool, so I already pressed this one. So I went for it. We got, sometimes you gotta get this tool turned a certain way. You want those jaws to be flush, like so. There we go. It has shut off on me. It's giving me a blinking red. Blinking red means the jaws are not locked in. Oh, the pin, I pushed the pin out. It was telling me not to do that. That's that. 2 more. One more. That's it. Be sure to turn the unit off, save the battery, and we're done. We just made, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connections here in a matter of less than a minute, I think that was. So the tool certainly has its place in plumbing, in my opinion. Oops. The fittings are extremely expensive, way more expensive than normal copper fittings, so that's something to take into account. But in a situation, particularly one where you're kind of restricted, they're a good way to go. And I'll happily keep doing videos.